What's tonight for? If this team get beat, we in the final four.
He's a poor man LeBron, bro, when it comes to trades. It's like you guys look at, KD went to Golden
down 3 games is a quick sweep.
Not cap if you want to. Cap if you want to. Cap if you want to.
You know what's in me.
When I said that they let James Harden do the same thing and let Kevin Durant do the same thing, and they're essentially letting James Harden do the same thing again.
It'll cause a quick freeze.
I said Kevin Durant should have took a 50-50 blame, and Westbrook should have took a 50-50 blame too.
MJ fade away with the eyes closed.
What's motherfucking down? You feel me? Back on this beautiful ass Monday. What's up, Moo?
You're what I mean.
Man. Ain't shit up, man. It's just nothing but the sky, you feel me?
Yes,
But we got the finals happening, you know, and it's 1-1 in this bitch. You feel me? But I'm sticking to my guns, Moo. Thunder in 5.
Thunder in 5?
Thunder in 5. That's what I said. Thunder in 5, man.
Hey, I'm with that. I got personally Thunder in 6. I do
Thunder
see
in 5.
2 games, but yeah, no, I'm not panicking either. I'm not.
They can maybe sneak one out on their own home court, but I don't think so.
You know,
I think the Thunder figured them out. I think it's that easy. Clamp that defense down, and that's what it is. You feel me, Boo? What's good, fella?
What's the word?
You're what I mean.
We're just talking some shit. Good. Ready to talk these finals. It's 1-1, as I was saying. I'm sticking to my guns. I said Thunder in 5. I'm sticking Thunder in 5. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be an interesting series. I know people are talking about how the ratings are down and it's the lowest rating. I don't get you about that. Basketball fans watch basketball. You feel me? I'm loving this. I'm loving this. What it means for the league. We're going to talk about some point guards later. So let's start over with some point guards. Boo up. How you feeling about the Shea and Tyler little kind of matchup so far?
I'm intrigued by it. It's a good matchup. I think obviously Shea's the better player, but I still just never understand the hate for Tyrese Halliburton. Like, I don't get it. It's probably the weirdest thing I have. Like, I hate about the basketball community, right? Like, it's just like we gotta hate a player. I just think that shit is so weird for me, bro. Like, whatever it is about his game that you don't like, does it work some is what I'm trying to figure out. Like, because like everybody just not gonna be better than somebody else. Like, should we like penalize them for that? Like, I don't get it. I don't get what we doing sometimes, like with these debates, bro. Like, I'm looking at Tyrese Halliburton playing his game. It worked game 1. He hit a game winner. He's been clutch all throughout this playoffs. Like, I don't know what more people want from him. And well, Shea's just been Shea. Shea is having one of the most historic guard type seasons since arguably a Jordan season. If he was to go ahead and win the Finals MVP, it's going to be viewed as that in that type of manner. So I'm excited. I think I don't know if I'm still saying Thunder in 5, but I'm still thinking Thunder in 6, which was probably where I was leaning anyway. But yeah, I'm looking at the Thunder still winning this game, because even though they lost game 1, they pretty much was winning that game up until 6 or 7 minutes in the fourth quarter, where Indiana did what Indiana do, which is they put together that run, and they score in bunches. That's a great offensive team. They have the capabilities of scoring in bunches on you, and they gonna play like this every game, though. That's the thing. Like, they really is. They're gonna play like this every game. They're gonna keep coming at you, and I'm just excited to see what's going to happen in Game 3 in Indianapolis, and that Indiana is if you don't know about Indiana in the playoffs, they in the finals, that place is going to be loud. It's going to be very loud. So we'll see.
Moolich, how are you feeling about the PG battle that's happening in the finals? You're muted.
My fault. I think obviously Shea is winning as far as appeal goes and as far as the name goes, but that's not to take away the type of play that Tyrese Halliburton is, exuding. He's playing very well, right? Like, I know the numbers may not, show it if you're a numbers guy, but as far as just how the team outlook looks, pace, they're playing well. It's just when you go against somebody like Shea, who's known to be a true scorer and a really high level defensive team in the Pacers, in the Thunder, it's kind of tough for not only Tyrese to really shine, but all the others to shine, like the Obi Toppins, the Miles Turners. Because if you even look at the first game, in Game 1, it wasn't like a crazy showing from any of them, right? Like Pascal, Tyrese, like none of them really had a crazy showing, right? They all started to score a lot more together in the later quarters, but nobody really had a crazy outstanding game like Shea. Shea had 36, 38 points that game. So it's when they're doing it as a team, of course, it's easy to point out, and it looks a lot better on Tyrese Halliburton, especially when he can hit the big shot at the end. But coming into it, especially the second game, OKC playing a lot of trap defense, playing a lot of double defense on Tyrese Halliburton, putting Pascal in a lot of one-on-one situations, and really kind of forcing him into bad shots. If not that, then forcing him to, put the ball on the floor and go to the rack. So it's really about OKC really getting the Pacers out of their game plan, other than them kind of stopping them outright. But as far as the point guard battle, it's entertaining. I like it. I know, like you said, the ratings are supposedly down and people aren't watching, yada, yada, yada. But like you said, bro, basketball fans are going to watch basketball. People who watch basketball, they're going to watch basketball, bro. And I know people are going to try to hate, or, like Buwap said, there has to be an enemy. There has to be somebody that, the people don't like, bro. But like, these are two young, budding stars that are meeting in the finals. And just because it's not a Steph Curry, it's not a LeBron James, it's not a Kawhi Leonard or a Giannis, et cetera, like, this is still exciting basketball. It's exciting times because, like, if Shea does go on to win, it's going to be an MVP, probably win finals MVP and win the finals all in the same season. You know what I mean? Like, as a young star, somebody who's under 30, like, this is something to be celebrated, right? If the Pacers go on to win, this is going to be another young star to go on to win potentially finals MVP and the finals. He didn't win MVP in the regular season, but it's still a milestone. And to see two young guys, battle it out to see which one essentially is going to be kind of looked at as one of the top dogs in the league, it's exciting, right? Like, so I think that's the biggest part about it, right? It's exciting. We're going to get to see yet another new champion in the league. And I think this is what people should strive for, right? Like, not the repeats and, we got the repeat champion and the double, like new champions every single year, somebody it's a new face, because the league is just that competitive. I think that's better for basketball.
They both make some great points. It is a great battle between the guards. I agree with both of your sentiments. Shea is a better guard, but Tyrese Halliburton is up there. Right? He's up with the upper echelons of guards in the league today. But I just wanted to point out some things in this game. I want to give a shout out to Aaron Wiggins out there with 18 points, 24 plus minus. You feel me? And that was a big lift for the Thunder. Chet with his 15 going hot, and I think was it the second or third quarter. Shea is Shea. One of the things I did look at, because as I was watching the highlights of the game, I did notice that the Thunder was taking, as we call, what they were giving. And a lot of those shots were 2-point shots, right? I believe the Thunder jump shots inside the arc. I believe I counted 15, 16. I'm not sure. I don't want to recount them. But we're in the era of 3-pointers, 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 3-pointers. When we see the Thunder playing this way of just getting baskets, taking the open shots, relying on that 2-point shot. I mean, Shea relies on it a lot to get his baskets. He gets in the middle and he shoots that little fall away shot. A guy like Mikal Bridges, we saw him shoot a lot for the Knicks. Do you guys think, Mo, I'm going to start with you, that we'll see, within the next year or two, maybe 3, of the league balancing itself out between the 3-pointers and 2-pointers and getting back to allowing players to shoot inside the arc?
I think it's already kind of starting to happen, right? Like the swinging of the tide, the changing of, pastures, I guess, if you want to say, right? Because we understand how Steph Curry came into the league and lit the league on fire with the 3-point shot, right? But if you look at all of the teams that were in the playoffs outside of the Minnesota, I think it was outside of the Minnesota Timberwolves, none of them were in the top 5 or even in the top 10 of 3-point shooting or 3-point shots. So, like, I think that kind of changing of the title is starting to come, right? Like a lot of teams are starting to realize that, like, you live and die by the 3, but we don't have to. You know what I mean? Like we can game plan to the point where we can create open shots and open looks and open baskets, and it doesn't have to just be a 3-point shot. We can come back in the game, and we don't have to just rely on hitting 3-point shots. You see, a lot of the times it's get to the basket kind of set. It's a setup, screen to the elbow or to the baseline or to the free throw line kind of set, right? Like they're running. We're starting to see a lot more sets being run, a lot more actual offenses being run instead of just individual basketball, to the point where it's dribble, dribble, dribble. Oh, he's open, shoot, right? Dribble, 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 step back, shoot, right? So, yeah, I think the turn of the tide is coming, and within the next few years, we're gonna see it's gonna be a lot more balanced. And even if you just look at it in the regular season, a lot of guys' 3-point numbers weren't very good. Just like as a team as a whole, it wasn't very good, right? A lot of people they started to transition more to the mid-range game, to the 2-point shot, and to putting the ball on the floor and going to the basket and getting to the free throw line. So we're starting to see it, and it's starting to be more apparent.
Boo, Shea took 5, counting 5 2-pointers inside the arc. What is your answer to the question I asked a little bit ago?
You gotta say that shit again. I'm high for.
This fucking nigga, I'm high too, nigga.
You said the question. I would remember.
God damn, no, you wouldn't have, nigga. You wouldn't have remembered no question.
I might have had it. Just
you need to stay on topic. I said, basically, do you think the league is going to transition back to allowing the players, the coaches and stuff, the teams, they're going to get a kind of away from the analytics and allow players to start taking more of those inside the arc shots, 2-pointers?
No, I don't see that shit happening for real, bro. Like
it's happening right now in the finals. The Thunder have succeeded.
Yeah, I'm not saying like the teams that win play that way. I'm saying like as a whole, no.
So you think teams still keep that Warriors model, jacking up threes?
A lot of teams, yeah.
Sadly, Boston will be one of them.
Yeah, I mean it's just. It's like Kobe said. I was watching this. It might have been an interview, and he was just like he hate the way players play the game today, and he said it's all basically reactionary basketball. It's drive, kick to the open man. Nothing's like a play anymore. There's no real plays being called. There's no real sets being ran for real. Like guys are literally. Tween. If I got something, like it's reactionary basketball. Like it's not saying that it's like obviously basketball is reactionary, right? Instincts, things of that nature, but it's like it's predictable. It's super predictable. That's why you see teams able to slow teams go on these type of runs, like out of nowhere, like. the basketball is kind of simple. Like it's so easy to score now. So I'm just saying, like, when you look at it from the standpoint of, are they going to take tough twos again? No. Guys, the teams that win do. These teams nowadays, they're not playing that way, bro. They're shooting threes. That's what they're doing. The long ball. Everybody, they shooting deep twos and deep threes. I don't see it changing.
I don't know. I think I get.
It's space and pace right now. That's all they doing.
Yeah, but I think if teams are starting to, and I'm kind of a little bit with Mulich here, if teams are starting to look at who's succeeding with this style of play, right? We see, and I wouldn't say the Nuggets. Would the Nuggets succeed with that style of play?
What teams are we saying succeeding though? Like at the end of the day,
when we say teams that win the finals, that's what we're saying. That's succeeding, right? And it's a copycat league, and most of the time when teams win a finals league wide, they try to copy the style of the winner, right? So I'm just kind of looking at the last couple of years, right? I don't think the Nuggets was kind of live or die by the three. I don't think the Bucks would.
They wasn't live or die by the three, but they were a good 3-point shooting team.
Right, but I don't think they relied on solely on their 3-point. I think that's what we're talking about. The Bucks wasn't a live or die by the three. Boston was, right? I don't think even when the Lakers won their chip, there was heavily, live or die by the three. So I think if we're looking at the last 5 years, you could kind of, like Muller said, see a turn already happening where they're kind of letting guys step in more. Yeah, they still want them to take efficient shots, like getting to the rims. And 3 is more than 2. But I think if these teams like OKC and the Pacers are succeeding with stepping inside the line, hitting the open shot, I think more teams will get back to it, and it'll open up the pool of players that can get back in the league that's being hindered from getting in the league because of the style of play that everybody's looking for now.
Tough for me to see, bro. Like, again, nobody has repeated, right? Whether you say it's injuries, that to me is when the league become a copycat league. The league become a copycat league once somebody repeats. Like, oh, they shit really work.
But so what if you see different teams win every year, but with similar play styles, like a similar style, they just do it better that year. Like,
but this is why the Warriors was the Warriors and why they was the team everybody was trying to build a team to beat. Because they lived in the finals 5 straight.
Yeah, but I think that happened the first year. Once Golden State started going off, I think their team started wanting to be like, all right, now we gotta get somebody like that. That's the future. I think they saw it coming. Like, that's going to be the future. We kind of got to get our team like that if we want to compete. But you just don't have another Curry.
Nobody in 2015 was like, all right, that's like necessarily. I'm pretty sure you're gonna try to address what they was doing, but not necessarily like this is the way. Like, that wasn't immediate. It really started in once they got Kevin Durant. Now you got to make adjustments. Like, what the fuck? We got a problem already. They just added Kevin Durant, bro. Like,
well, I think it's hard because I think at that time too, it's 2 different play styles. You had to kind of figure out. It was the Cavs play style because they weren't the same as Golden State. They weren't all chucking threes. Golden State was more of a efficient 3-point shooting team. Cleveland was shooting threes.
Yeah, they
tried to build it like that.
They're right. They tried to emulate it, right? But I think they found success in other places too, like LeBron taking it to the rack. And I'm not saying Golden State didn't, but I don't think they played the same. Well, I guess to the same efficiency.
They wasn't built to play the same, but I'm saying though, like, if you're a good 3-point shooting team, you're a good 3-point shooting team. You don't have to
but what I'm saying is, in that time with Golden State and Cavs, if I'm a team that's building a team, I have to build my team to beat 2 teams. Like, it's either going to Cavs or Golden State. So it's either, if you're playing to beat Golden State in the West, you're either going to beat Golden State and then you're going to lose to the Cavs because you might not have the personnel to beat that team. Or you build your team. I'm sorry.
No, I was disagreeing. Go ahead.
I was going to say you could build a team, right? But you don't have to build a team even if you're building a team to beat another team, you don't have to build that team similar. You can build it where.
Well, we're talking about in the copycat league sense, right? In that time, everybody wanted to emulate Golden State, but also what I'm saying is on the other side, you can't just think like, oh, I gotta be this, and because you got the Cavs playing in a similar fashion, but not up to the same standard and still competing. Because they were competing in the East before getting to the finals. You remember they were top team.
No. They was destroying in the East.
Right.
They went 12-1, I think, in 20.
Right.
Some shit like that. They was not a bad team. They just was outclassed by the better team. But they didn't. Right.
The formula for Golden State worked. The formula for OKC, you can say it's personnel or whatever it is. It didn't work.
I won't say that though, because like your formula could work. You could just lose to the better team. They formula work better.
But I mean, people argue that them teams not too far apart. So
some people do argue that. I don't think it's overkill the way people make it seem, because I personally think what LeBron had, to be honest, like he had a very good team. Like,
right, it's enough to win the finals, but I just think, like you said, having KD on the other side makes it a little harder, right? Because this guy's a 35 piece in himself. So I get it, but I don't know. I can see it from your point of view, but I do think that the league has to change, right? It can't stay on this pace because no other team has had success playing the game Golden State's way. And I'm not even going to say Boston had success playing the game that way. We're really good at threes. We chuck a lot of threes, but I think Golden State had a plan in how they were shooting that threes. I don't think Boston is. Boston just like take them.
You're right. Feel me? These kids that came into this league in the last 5 years grew up watching that particular basketball. Right. In their games after these players. That's the thing. So
that is true.
Even in the AAU circuits, this is how they play.
That is true, but if the game at the top changes, the game at the bottoms are going to follow, right? Because you have to prepare yourself for it. So the NBA isn't going to go off of these guys playing this way because they want to emulate Steph Curry. The NBA teams are going to go off of owners and presidents and CEO. They're going to go off of the formula that works, right? And if you could build a team now, right? If I'm an owner and I'm sitting here and I'm like, yo, I no longer have to build a team like Golden State, right? Because Golden State and the Cavs aren't going to 5 straight finals. You feel me? Or whatever it was, 4 straight finals, right? I don't no longer have to build a team like that. I see Boston, who with the formula of chucking threes and in the manner they could do it, they had success, and then the injuries, whatever, they didn't have success. We played very poorly from the 3-point line this playoff series. I just want to say that. So if you're looking at that as an owner and you see a team like OKC, you see a team like the Pacers, the Knicks took a lot of inside shots with, Jalen Brunson. So if you see teams having success like that, as an owner, I'm going to sit back like, okay, I could get back to the original way of building a team, and I don't have to build a team to shoot all these threes, because it's not looking like shooting all these threes is holding up in the near future, because teams can't emulate the formula that Golden State put together. We see it kind of work, and then we see it fall apart. Like, I think even Boston comes back next year with a little change in their game plan of how they attack getting baskets. I don't think we see them chucking up this many threes.
Nobody has won like Golden State. That's my point. Not even Boston.
Right. But I said that was my quote. Right. But Boston, what I'm saying is the style of play is an emulation of what Golden State was doing. Right. You can't follow it. You just make it in your own way. And whatever the formula, they added their own formula to shooting the threes is what I'm saying. Shooting the threes. But they chuck them. I'm not saying it's the same as Golden State. I'm saying the formula for everybody around the league was to shoot threes because Golden State was doing it. Boston took that, knocked it up a notch, and now like we're going to shoot 74 threes a game. You feel me? I don't think every team right now is looking like that's what we need to do to win, because every year there's a different champion. And every year, the last couple of champions have not won in the formula of just chucking up threes. They were really good at shooting threes, but it wasn't what they used in the front line of their formula to win a championship. I don't know if I explained that good.
No, I agree with you. I'm just still saying, in order for it to be a copycat league, no matter what happens,
you got to win multiple. I agree with you.
Yeah, like we need to see you do that.
But even without that, I'm just saying, like, if I'm an owner, I'm still looking around what's working. And if I get a little inkling that, hey, I could kind of go back and build a team with one superstar, because somebody did say this, I forget which podcast, that the big three era is over with. We're going back to one superstar and a star, and that's because of who's in the finals right now. And I think it might have been on Gilbert Arenas on one, or Jeff Teague. It might have been on Jeff Teague's.
It's hard to get the big threes again. That's the thing. Like, nobody is really. It's hard to like make these contracts work. Everybody wants the bag. Like, don't nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean that's definitely a factor. It's definitely a factor. Definitely a factor.
You think about when LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh teamed up. I think all of them got like 95 to 99 million or something like that. 5 years. Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, now they're getting $300,000 a year. So
$3 million, bro.
No, and that's true. The money plays a factor in it.
Hey,
The money plays a factor in it, but the point that I think the guy was making is that we look at the last couple of big threes that was put together, they didn't work.
What did put together?
Well, James Harden, Kyrie, KD, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal.
I don't think that's a big three.
That's how people are looking. I'm just saying what they said, right? It was a big three because Bradley Beal was the man on his team. I don't know where you rank him in shooting guards or whatever, but he was coming off of putting up buckets, and then KD is KD, Devin Booker is Devin Booker. So I would kind of see a superstar, a star, and an all-star. I would say that's a super team. I mean, and you could say Bradley Beal's in sort of a star.
I wouldn't call him
not a high level star, but
I would call him whatever.
Not a high level star. He's not shining real bright. He's dimmed.
The all-star caliber player, but
yeah.
I get what you're saying. I'm saying, like, to me, big threes. If I don't think it can work, I don't care about like the name and what they say. When you tell me that Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant going to be on the same team, and it's supposed to be a big three, and they supposed to do X, Y, and Z, I have to convince myself that Kevin Durant is finna turn back the hands of time. That's what's finna happen here. He's finna go out here and do some crazy shit because there is no way this shit gonna work. This is what I'm thinking. There's no way this shit gonna work.
I mean, and I understand that, but the consensus of it, right? The consensus of it is it's a big three.
I had that same feeling of just about Bradley Beal.
You said what more?
I had that same feeling just about Bradley Beal, right? Like, we all understand the player that KD is, right? But I'm thinking if they're gonna team up a Devin Booker or KD and a Bradley Beal, then I got to see Bradley Beal turn back the hands of time and start to average like 32, 34, 36 like he was doing back in the day, because we know what KD's bringing. We know what Devin Booker's bringing, but you ain't been there for a few years, big dog. So, I mean, that's just what I'm seeing. Like, where Buob's coming from as far as KD, I'm coming from as far as Bradley Beal. Like, I need to see that from you because I ain't seen that from you in a few years, big dog. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. So I'm thinking that shit wasn't going to work either.
Yeah, but whether it works or not, I didn't think it was going to work either. But I think they were better off with just having KD and Bill and just building around that. I'm not going to KD and Booker and building around that. But the consensus, right? We always talk from the point of the consensus. The consensus, that's a big three. And then in the consensus, Brooklyn was a big three. And the consensus, Brooklyn was a big three. I don't know.
I don't think the fucking real them. I think people just made a big deal because it is Kevin Durant, though.
Oh, 100%. I think because him going to Golden State and him hopping, puts a big thing on it. But consensus. That's the way consensus feel.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'm just saying, like,
I think people had expectations for them as they should have, like, and that's understandable. But that's what I keep telling people, like, if you have these expectations for Kevin Durant, I don't have these. I knew he was gonna lose last year. I knew this. I told people then. Yeah, Anthony Edwards gonna fuck them up. No. Oh, Kevin Durant is so much better than Anthony. Okay, watch this. You saying he better than Anthony Edwards. Not only do he lose, he gets swept. Who's better now? They're gonna keep saying Kevin Durant though. All right, fast forward next year, boom. LeBron and Luka is better than you. Like, bro, at some point, these players have to be held to the standards y'all got him at. You say he better than the motherfucker. He lose, he's still better than him.
Oh, that was a team effort. It's a team.
That's what they try to place it off as after.
I'm tired of it, bro. Like Kevin Durant to me, bro. Like at the end, that's why I said it's not about Bradley Beal. I already knew he just wanted to get out of fucking purgatory. He over there in Washington just wasting.
Yeah.
Like, I go anywhere. Fuck it.
Now he in Phoenix wasting because he didn't do shit.
Yeah, but see, he in Phoenix wasting because, like, at the end of the day, he just want. If I'm Kevin Durant, bro, this is what I'm saying. I'm Kevin Durant. I'm telling Phoenix, as soon as they talk about this Bradley Beal shit, I fuck with Bradley. That's my boy. We don't need him. Because y'all gonna start asking me to do stuff that I don't really do. Then y'all gonna start asking Devin Booker to do stuff he don't really do. I know this. That's what Kevin Durant needed to be on. That's why I don't give players when they with the Russ and LeBron shit, bro. If LeBron didn't want Russ, he would have never came there. Period. So now he there. Motherfuckers, y'all should have knew y'all wasn't gonna work. Y'all knew this. Everybody knew this. Everybody said the same shit when Russ. And look, unless Bron come off that pill, this shit ain't gonna work. And Bron didn't come off that pill, did he? Nope.
Sure didn't.
So people just don't. You got to be realistic, bro. Like that's what I be saying. Like Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, bro. Like what the fuck? That don't even sound right. So you got 3 scores. That's it. When you had Kyrie, James Harden, and Kevin Durant, that's a big 3. Because now you know you have 2 prolific scorers that don't need these 2 guys that can go 50, 40, 90. Kyrie and Kevin Durant, you know this.
True.
12 shots each. 25 and 28. This is what they're doing for you. James Harden getting you a smooth 24 and 10. That's a big 3. Don't sell me on that Bradley Beal bullshit. That shit's not a big 3.
I mean, that's what they say.
I hear you, though. I hear you. They do say it, though. Just now.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to watch because I think it was Stephen A. also who said that he thinks that they're going to abolish the All-Star Week in a couple of All-Star Weekend in a couple of years because he doesn't think the NBA versus the world is going to work. Now, you know, Brian received at my job. He says that it could because it worked in the HL. It worked in hockey. I don't even know why I tried to say that shit. The NHL. I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's going to have the same effect. I just don't like, bro. If you thinking like if Adam Silver and them was up there, like, yo, all right, so we put them against the world, maybe they'll play harder. No.
I mean, we suggested it on PVT, so maybe they're watching.
We suggested it last year too. No. Maybe the year before that. No. I don't think it's going to work because I think the sentiment of All-Star Week is these players want to break. Most of them want to party, they want to chill, they want to hang out, they don't want to do shit. So being an All-Star Week, it's like a light, fun-ass game for them. They could do some stupid shit, whatever is whatever. Whoever wins is whoever wins. I don't think them playing against the world is going to make them want to be like, all right, we got to go in here and bust these niggas' ass. Now, I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. I'm not saying that this is a fact. I'm just saying how I feel here, right? So I don't know. What do you feel on that? Like the NBA versus All-Star versus the world and shit.
Well, I mean, it kind of depends on how you look at it, right? If these guys are really that concerned with their brands and that concerned with the narrative that NBA Europe and the European guys are catching up, right? Then obviously that may cause for more competitive play when it goes to NBA versus the world, right? But if the case is they just want to chill and they just want to relax and nigga All-Star Weekend is just, bro, like we just want to kick it, bro. Like I get it. We understand what this like the sentiment of it means, but at the end of the day, like this is an 82 game season, bro. Like we're here for a lot. Our bodies go through a lot. Like we just kind of just want to relax. So if that's the case, then I would suggest it going back to more of the old school NFL Pro Bowl format, right? To where there's just a whole bunch of contests and guys are kind of just, you know what I'm saying, kicking it and whatever the case may be. And
burgers and hot dogs on the table and shit, get the fire on the grill.
They got the skills challenge and stuff like that, and you know, maybe the 3-point shooter, whatever the case may be, right? But it's more of a kind of a relaxed, kind of chill day than people are expected to like go hard during their break, I guess, whatever the case may be. But I mean, it could turn out right. I mean, you know, guys are competitive. We are talking about athletes. Egos do get involved, so it could be like a shit. Hey, these European guys ain't better than me, right? So you know, you never know, but I'm interested to see it, right? I know they're, you know, reaching for the stars and trying to try different things to see what's going to stick, but you know, who knows? Maybe this is the one.
What?
You don't believe this shit.
You want me to say it again?
Yes, this shit again.
This motherfucker.
Bro.
What are your thoughts on the NBA new All-Star format for next year? What is it? All-Stars versus the world.
Bro. They need to just, I ain't gonna lie, bro. They just need to go back to the East and West shit, bro. I'm serious, bro. Like, that's it, bro. I don't know what else to do, bro. Like, they done tried every fucking thing, bro. I'm tired of it, bro. Go back to the East and West, bro.
Stephen A. did say they're gonna abolish it in the next couple of years.
Yeah, fuck that.
And it'll be on this generation of players.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if they go back to the East-West versus shit, right? Like, I don't know if they're gonna have to offer some type of, these niggas love money, man. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but they're already making $300 million. How much money are you gonna offer them to make them play harder?
It's like, I guess at some point they might have to go away from it because people don't appreciate it no more like that. They don't care. So like, it is what it is, bro. I don't give a fuck, man.
Why don't you just change it into Rising Stars Week again and just do the fucking first year rookie, second year, you know, third year guys.
Yeah.
That's actually doing something in the league. I mean, I just don't think the world is going to get LeBron up. We're like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this. I don't think like KD's going to be like, we got to go ahead and smash these motherfuckers. Like,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like the last motherfucker that played like that was Kobe.
Right.
Chris Paul used to play like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but he's not in All-Star Week no more.
I know. I'm saying though, that's the problem. Like, you don't got them dogs out there no more. Russell Westbrook, motherfucker that's playing hard every motherfucking play.
Yeah, but I think even if you had one Westbrook now and how they are now, if you give Westbrook 10 years back and put him now in all, I think he'd be the only one running back and forth just dunking on everybody, bro. Because I'm to the point where I just don't think these niggas just don't care. Like when Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum stuck each other and they were laughing at each other the whole time, and I was like, nah, bro, that's like bullshit. Fuck you. Kobe ain't laughing at you. Kobe hands on the ground, nigga, trying to fucking get that ball, nigga.
Russell would have went out there right now at 36.
Yeah, right now, hell yeah, and be dunking on motherfuckers. Hell yeah, 100%.
Lax ass motherfuckers out there, bro. Trust me, I promise you, bro.
And I still don't think that's gonna make them like, let's play harder, Russ Weiland.
Yeah,
no, them niggas gonna let Russ go off. Russ gonna have 180 points by himself in the fucking All-Star.
Like Russ trying to get a job. They gonna say all type of shit, bro. Like
them niggas, Russ that went out there and scored 125 by himself.
They not gonna care. They like, look at Russ. This is why he thirsty. This is why he.
So this the only time I get to play.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. I'm just saying, like, no, you might be onto something with the Rising Stars thing, but again, the NBA is about selling their best players. That's their brand.
Yeah, but when your best players don't want to be sold no more, and that's crazy because maybe it's just that. Like, it's just that. Like, you're always selling us. We don't want to be sold no more, bro. Like, fuck y'all. We don't want to get out there and play another game. Another game, like when we play 82 or we tie, like we dealing with injuries, we hurt, like give us a week off. But it's like, and I don't really understand that because it's like, bro, whatever you want to call it, less physical, more physical. Guys back in the day hit the floor more in physical ways, right? And not in embracing and sliding like Shea does when he hits the floor, you feel me? Like guys was really hitting the floor, you feel me? So if they could do that with their body and then get in the All-Star weekend and still fucking play hard to fucking have bragging rights, why can't the guys today do that shit? And it's because, to me, they just don't care about the East versus West competition no more. Their East versus West competition is the finals. When we get to the finals, we see who the best in the East and the West. It's like they don't want to showcase the best talents no more on one team, trying to go out there and represent for their side of the damn, the NBA.
Bro.
I say you just abolish it now.
It's bad, bro.
Or do something with the rising stars, man. You should see this is where you could have had Ice Cube come in at, man. Could have had Ice Cube, take over the All-Star weekend 3-on-3, nigga. And they're talking about 1v1. Like, I don't know. I just don't think any of this shit. I think it's too far gone for me. Like the dunk contest, you would never rejuvenate. I don't think, because even if, let's say we get next year, we get Ja, Giannis, fucking Aaron Gordon, and Zach LaVine. You feel me? Bro, is more people going to do it the next year? No.
No.
That shit will die down, bro. That shit's going to die down.
You get Ja, Zion, Anthony Edwards.
Right, and fucking, you're right. But still, I still think those guys would have to do it multiple years in a row. And I just don't see that happening. The excitement of the dunk contest isn't there. Like Chug, whatever his name is. People was excited over that first dunk contest he won because the dunk he hit, you feel me? But that shit didn't last long. You feel me? And I think that's the sentiment of the dunk contest. Like, because we ain't got people like Blake Griffin jumping over cars. These guys ain't doing that shit. Like, they jumping over Nate Robinson. They jumping over Nate Robinson now, bro.
I'm gonna say this again, bro.
It's hard to repeat it.
They sell their stars though. If the
they do, and I agree with you.
Stars, the best dunkers, the best in-game dunkers in the world, decided that they're going to show up to the dunk contest.
Right.
That will garner enough attention.
Right, but what happens the next year?
Spider, if a Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Edwards, and a Zion,
what happens the next year though? How long? What I'm saying is, boo up. How long does it continue? It will have to continue all throughout now. That means we will have to either see a Zion or Jai or Edwards in the dunk contest to keep that fan interest. The second we don't get a superstar in the dunk contest, it goes back to shit. I'm telling you. The second one of those stars be like, yo, I don't want to do it no more. I'm not doing it this year, and everybody follows again.
Sure. You're missing the whole point then. You still not the NBA stars have to sell their brand as well. And the NBA is all about selling the stars. So the stars need to sell the game out. So if the stars wanted the game, this is why I say the players run the league more than we really know, bro. If the players decide to be showcased as the greatest dunker in the game, and you can do that by winning the dunk contest, people are notifying you as or noting you as whatever. Zion and Ja, if they don't have to keep doing it, because it's going to be some years they might be hurt, whatever. They don't have to always participate. But I'm still saying, if the best pick up,
that's what I'm saying. Somebody of that best list has to go against somebody else on that best list to keep interest in it.
That's
right. But what I'm saying is the way the league is today, the way the players are today, they don't want to play an extra game. They're not trying to go out there and do all these extra dunks for them is no reason. So what I'm saying is we might get that next year, right? Because I think Giannis said, "Ja, if you do it, I'll do it." Or somebody said, "If you do it, I'll do it." Right? So we might get it for a year, 2 year, 3 year. I just think the way that the players are today, with them wanting the rest, wanting time off, wanting the time to themselves, it doesn't last long. That's just to me. I could be wrong, but to me, I don't think it lasts long.
Every dunk contest in the 80s wasn't lit.
No, I'm not saying it was. I'm not saying it was, but it had a star in it. It had some name in it that was known. And now we don't really have a household name in it at all. And I think that's what it's going to take.
That's
that's the problem. That's my problem that I keep making it to be about. If the stars showed up to the dunk contest,
100%,
you would not have us talking about we should get rid of All-Star Weekend. We wouldn't be talking about this right now because All-Star
I agree with you.
It's been about showcasing the NBA's best talent. That's what it's always about.
I agree with you. And you're right, they got to sell back in, but I just don't see it getting to a point where those. And only way they sell, the people that are going to sell in is the mid-tier guys, the second-tier guys. Those are going to be the guys that like go to the dunk contest. I think LeBron or whoever you want to blame it on set of presidents, like it's just not that important for me to go and have a dunk contest championship on my resume. Where back in the day, like you said, Boo, up to your point, people wanted it. People wanted to go out there and showcase they was the best dunker. Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan, Vince Carter. You know, these guys wanted Dwight Howard. They wanted to go out there and showcase, I'm the best dunker in the game. I want the title for a year. But I just don't think, like, superstars now care too much about it.
Or could LeBron care more about potentially losing a dunk contest?
Whatever you want to say, whatever, tarnish the record, don't help the record, whatever it is, that shit fucked it up because now everybody might be like, oh, I might lose the dunk contest. And it's just not good for basketball.
Yes, though.
Huh?
Jordan lost the dunk contest before?
Yeah, he did.
So I'm saying, this is what I'm saying, like.
But they're not built like him.
But this is the problem I have with LeBron. It's like, well, not real problem or nothing like that. I don't want no smoke, Brian. But
I do. Let's fight.
I'm just saying, like, I don't like the fact that it's like, I don't know if he cares enough or his fan base cares that much, where it's like they think that other fans of other players are going to be like, see, he's not as good as that guy. He couldn't even win the dunk contest. I personally, if you evaluate dunk contests and a players, like, you know what I'm saying, rankings, like, I don't never be like, and Jordan got them that dunk contest. Like, who the fuck does that?
No, I'm thinking about taking, but it does, like, I don't know. It's just weird because, like, you get the nostalgia, like you said before, like having those superstars in the dunk contest, what they're going to do, what dunk they're going to pull out, what they're going to jump over, who they're going to bring out to hold the ball up, who going to throw the alley. Like, that's what the excitement was. It was like, now you get no names, not household names, guys in the dunk contest, and it's just like people don't want to watch it. Like, even, and I think you can see it like all the way around, like every part of the All-Star Weekend is suffering. Bro, we still get stars in the 3-point contest, but it still doesn't hit the same for people. It's not the same for people, and it's because the nostalgia around All-Star Weekend isn't the same. The 3-point contest game is the same. The best 3-pointers play in the 3-point contest.
Yeah, they were, but the difference with the 3-point contest, right? The history of it really wasn't like a bunch of stars shooting threes, right? It was mostly role player guys. You had the Craig Hodges of the world. You know what I'm saying? It was role player guys participating in that type of event. But the dunk contest was always the better players in the world, the best players in the world, the best in-game dunkers in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you had a Dominique versus Jordan. My problem, again, LeBron James, we all know, is one of the most gifted dunkers the league has ever seen. We've seen LeBron just be at practice and catching it and doing freaky shit. Like, bro.
I'm looking at the dunk contest just from this year. The only nigga I recognize is, like, just off faith, Mac McClung.
So, bro, I get what you're saying, man. Like, back in the day, Larry Bird wins 3 straight. You feel me? That's a star, right? And you can say whatever you want. Some people be like, oh, the league did that because they wanted to grow some rate. They could have, you feel me? But I get you. Then Darrell Ellis, which was a very good at 3-point shooter. Craig Hodges, Mark Price, Glenn Rice, Tim Ledger, Stephen Kerr, Jeff Hornacek. But then you get a guy like Ray Allen, was on the Bucks, who was a star, whatever you want to call him. Peja Stojakovic. But then when we move up around 2006, you start seeing Dirks. Then you see the Paul Pierces, the Kevin Loves, the Kyrie Irvings, the Stephen Currys, the Klay Thompson. So what I'm saying is now, then you go Dame won back-to-back. Buddy Hield wins one with a rope. Like Cat is a superstar, wins one, or whatever you want to call him. Devin Booker gets one early. You feel me? So you more see you more see stars now than you did back then. You just had Bird throughout the 80s, and then the 90s, it was just all role plays until you get to the 2000s, and you'll see somebody like a Ray Allen. And then when you get to the 2005s, you'll see somebody like a Dirt who won it in 2006. Then you'll get to the 2010s where you start seeing Paul Pierce's, the Kevin Loves it. So in the last 10 years, 15 years, you start seeing bigger names win it. But I don't know. It's, to me, the three-point contest is the same. You can even say it's got better because you got the likes of Steph Curry in three-point contest. Dame, literally three-point contest.
It got better because the skill set got more into the league. So,
but the nostalgia of All-Star Weekend stays the same.
Not now. Hell no.
No, that's what. No, now the nostalgia is off, and it just even with the stars in the three-point contest is what I'm saying. The nostalgia around All-Star Weekend, nobody really wants to watch it. Stays the same. Like you might tune in a little bit, but nobody's watching the damn skills challenge like they used to watch it back in the early 2000s, 2010s. Like nobody watching that shit like that when Chris Paul was fucking, doing his thing. You feel me? Nobody watching it like that. So the nostalgia around the All-Star Weekend is just like fuck it, they fucked it up. I don't really care. They just gonna do some bullshit.
Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like it's so bad. Like it wouldn't be that bad, even though Steph do kind of participate as much as he can. But like if Steph and Clay just always participated in it, it'll just ring harder. Like
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. In the league, you have a bunch of three-point shooters that you could put in the league. Trae Young, you feel me?
Like that's what I'm saying. Like if all those guys said they gonna do it, the best players / shooters, like it'll be different. If Trae Young, Dame, Steph, Clay, all them guys say they in the three-point shooting contest, bro, like that's gonna be must-see TV. For that little 10, 15 minutes, whatever that should be. It don't be that long. Couple commercials, you come back, that shit over with. But whatever. Like it's more tuned in. So I'm just still saying the players control all of these
aspects, 100%.
Aspects in a sense, like if they want to play harder in these situations and make the game really competitive, they can and they will.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you. There's one more thing I want to talk about before we get out of here. I don't know if you want to save it for later, but there's I know you guys watch podcasts. I believe it is Brandon Jennings who said I think last month sometime, that he's better than a lot of the point guards or the point guards in the 2009 draft, being Jeff Teague, Drew Holiday. I don't know who else is in there. Darren Collins. You got Tyreke Evans. And I guess he's talking pure skill, like not careers, just as a basketball player. My question to you, out of those guys, not the Steph Currys and looking in hindsight, just looking at the group that he's mentioned, the Drew Holidays, the Jeff Teagues, would you say Brandon Jennings is better than those guys as a basketball player?
Fuck, man. What the fuck? Man, bro. Like, knock it the fuck off, bro. Like,
oh, man.
That's goofy as hell. Like, I think we talked about this when it first happened, though, bro. Like, knock it off, bro. Like, bro. Was he projected to be better than them? For sure. Was he one of the hottest, most coveted players coming into the draft? Like he went overseas and I think he did pretty well for the most part over there. But the reality is he went crazy in the mixtape circuits and the AAU circuits. He was one of them players. But Tyreke Evans is a better basketball player than you. Better fucking basketball player than you. Okay. What do you do better than Tyreke Evans besides, like, for real?
Yeah, I threw the Tyreke Evans name in here. I don't know if he did, but I definitely threw it in there.
Bro, he's not fucking with Tyreke Evans, bro.
Tyreke was like that, bro.
Really like that, bro. Like, for real.
Like Derek Collison was like that too, bro.
And bro, he didn't have a better career than none of them. That's just tell the truth. Like,
That's why he said he's a better basketball player. Like, it not talking career wise, but just as a basketball player, skills. He's better than these guys.
The only thing he do better than a lot of them niggas is can score. He's a deadly scorer. He's a deadly scorer, but he's very streaky.
I think he had that one 50-point game, his first game or some shit like that.
55, some shit like that.
Yeah, and then that was it.
Yeah,
Never again.
Yeah, that is rookie year. He his counters was, I was number one option on the playoff team. Y'all was looking for time, trying to get in the game. Like, yeah, bro.
Not Jeff Teague.
No, Jeff Teague was coming off the bench
in Atlanta.
Hell yeah.
I thought he was starting.
No, so Mike Bibby. He was back up to Mike Bibby.
Oh, that's right. Mike Bibby was there.
Yeah, he was a baby still. But Tyreek came in, snapped. He won Rookie of the Year. Fuck.
Yeah, he plays third. He's averaged 15.5 his first season, 16.2 his second season. His highest is 19.1 in his third season, 17.5, 15.5, 15.4, and then there was a drop off from there to 6.9, 6.8, 7.1.
Ankle shit. You fucked up. But the numbers you just read, tell me the field goal percentage. I bet he never shot over 43%.
Field goal percentage 37% his first year, second year 39. At his high 19 points his highest season, 41, 40 or 39.39. His
Brandon
fourth year,
knock it the fuck off, sir, please, man.
37 his fifth year, 40 then 36. The rest don't matter.
You not getting over 20 points a game and you not shooting over 43% a game. Man, would you knock the fuck out?
See, that's why he don't want to go career, because if he goes career,
that ain't career. I'm just looking at.
No, I'm saying, like, if he goes career, I mean, Jeff Teague sustained. Jeff Teague averaged lower on the season, but Jeff Teague played longer too.
Jeff Teague was a better player than him.
100%. But a skilled basketball player, I'm definitely going with Jeff Teague, because Jeff Teague and Michael Conley.
Talking about Darren Collison, though.
No, I'm talking about Michael Conley. Jeff Teague and Michael Conley is two of my low-key favorite point guards, because they remind me of traditional point guards, but they can score. That's why Mike Conley is still on the Timberwolves. Still got a job.
All-star.
Jeff Teague was an all-star in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And he started 72 games, and he started 78 games, and he started.
Yeah, Jeff Teague was better than him, bro.
Yeah, he sure was.
Jeff Teague, Jeff Teague was a starter on that team from 12 to what it looked like to me, from 12 to 16. Because
he's talking about when they was drafting, like he was that nigga in his mind. He dropped 55. Jeff Teague wasn't getting no tick.
Yeah, Jeff Teague was averaging 10 minutes and averaging 3.2 points. But once he jumped up to 33 minutes, he started scoring over 10, and then it just got better and better and better and better, and then it dropped off in 2018.
But he wasn't projected to be what Brandon Jennings was neither. He just still was better because he found his niche in the NBA. Brandon Jennings never really found a niche. Like, he was just the man on the badass team. And then they traded him. When did he go to Detroit? Like 3 years into his fucking deal?
Who?
Brandon Jennings. When did he go to Detroit?
Brandon Jennings went to Detroit 4 years. He was on the Bucks. He was on the Bucks for 4 years.
He went to Detroit in 2013.
2013, 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, Darren Collison averaged over 10 points his whole career.
Yeah, Darren Collison.
Except for when he came back for the Lakers for 3 games, but we ain't counting
it. Man, the man is better, bro. I'm not, listen, like, is he a more skilled scorer than a lot of them? Yeah. Yeah. He can shoot that thing a little bit better. He a little bit freakier as far as, like, handles and things of that nature. But, bro, I'm just not sold. I wish he knocked the fuck off with this shit. This shit is bad, bro.
He shot 38% on his career field goal. Jeff Teague is 44%. Darren Collison is 47%.
He gonna say shit like they wasn't fans. They had, if I was on them teams you was on, I would have been doing X, Y, and Z. Well, you wasn't.
And you didn't.
And you
Well, you said you did say he was the man on the team, right?
Well,
this is what I'm saying. Like, this is my problem with being the man. He was a franchise player. He was drafted to be a franchise type of guy. They tried to build around him. Then they bring in what's that guy named? Larry Sanders? Was he after or before? He might have been before. I don't know what the fuck they were doing with Brandon Jennings, bro. Brandon Jennings didn't do shit to make me convinced that I'm supposed to be doing what. It makes sense now. They let that man play out his contract and then resign him. That's what I'm thinking, right? More than likely. They let him play his contract up, and they let him walk in free agent. Or did he get traded? He might have got traded.
Hold on.
Either way, Brandon Jennings, sir, you're not who you think you were. It's the Gilbert Arenas effect. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got these niggas all thinking. Only nigga that don't think that he was better than what he don't never really do that. All them niggas that sit up there really talk.
Yeah, it was a sign and trade to go to Detroit. So he was a free agent.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah.
Let him go. See you later.
3 years, 25 mil.
They told that boy, thank you for your services.
He only got 3 mil, 25. He only got 3 years, 25 mil.
Overtreated.
That's 8.3 mil a season. Close to the veterans minimum.
That's the shit I'm talking about.
And his 4th year, he's getting close to the veterans minimum. Yo, let me give you 1.2, nigga. The Bucks received Brandon Knight, Chris Middleton, which worked out for him. And the other guy, I don't know how to pronounce his name. I don't know how to pronounce his name. But
bro.
They signed Chauncey Billups that year too.
You got a whole fucking crew of people sitting around talking like, for real, like, I know we doing the same shit to a degree, right? Talking shit. But they, like, bro, they should be ashamed of themselves, bro. They know they wild as fuck, bro. Like, for real. Like, you got Rashad McCants up there talking about he could have scored 81 in the game. Would you knock it the fuck out?
That's the one when he was on there with Boogies?
Man,
with Boogs?
Bro, would you knock it?
It's Boogies. That's what I call my daughter. With Boogs.
Nick Young don't really do too much. Like, it be just Gilbert Arenas, Brandon Jennings just be up there, like.
It'd be fucking, what's his damn name?
I would have killed all y'all. Bro, check my mixtape. Bro, like, what? Is you cool? Bro, is you cool, man?
Just play already. If that's the case, shit, you niggas talk about it a lot. Oh, I'm better than this nigga. I'm better than that nigga. Oh,
nah, he ducking Pat Bev.
You know what I'm saying? I'm best in the 2009 draft. Man, shut up and play. Just get down.
He ducking Pat Bev.
And Lance Stevenson. Lance Stevenson and Michael Beasley got it in.
They got it in.
They got it in.
They got it in.
Like, stop talking about it on the podcast. You niggas have the opportunity to do this. That's the thing that get me, like, upset, bro. Like, you niggas just be sitting up here talking on the podcast, like us. We don't be sitting here talking about, oh, I'm better than Boo. We don't do that shit, nigga, because we don't care that much. You niggas obviously care that much, and y'all have the money, the means, and the opportunity to do so. Y'all might as well shut the fuck up and go ahead and get it popping. Like, you feel me? We want to see promote it and advertise it just like how Beasley and Lance did. Y'all can get the crowd out there, get the stream, all the shit like that. It can be a whole ass event. But shut up. Niggas on fucking podcast and shit talking about nigga you better than the nigga you got drafted with when you can go play that nigga. Like tomorrow. Y'all have each other's number. I know you do. Call that nigga. Tell him to meet you on the court.
Wasn't Ty Lawson in that draft too? Or was he not?
He might have been, yeah. Man, bro, that man ain't better than none of them niggas. He said he's better than. I remember Ty Lawson being on the podcast too, and he was talking.
I think he was talking to Jeff Teague, if I'm not mistaken.
Every man that he said he would have, like, the only thing he's saying that's factual is that he was the man when he came to the NBA. None of them niggas was besides Tyreke Evans. Tyreke Evans was definitely better than you. This is not a question.
Ty Lawson was at 19.
You said who?
Ty
Yeah.
Lawson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyreke
So it was
Patty
Tyreek
Mills
at 4.
Patty Mills.
Tyreek at 4. Ricky Rubio at 5. I don't know if Johnny Flynn is a
who went
point
one?
guard. Tyreek went at 4. Ricky Rubio went at 5.
No, who went at 1?
Blake Griffin.
Right. Blake got hurt.
Yeah, Blake
Yeah.
went. Yeah. Blake went number 1, right?
Yeah, Blake went 1 to the Clippers.
Hakeem
Johnny Flynn went 6. Steph went 7.
Wright was number 2, really.
Yeah. Brandon Jennings went 10.
Yeah.
Gerald is a shooting guard.
Right.
Drew Holiday 17. Ty Lawson 18. Jeff Teague 19.
All
Darren
of them
Collison 21.
better. All of them. He need to try to play Johnny Flynn and Ricky Rubio and lead them.
He said he need to play Jeremy Lin.
I don't
No,
even.
you gonna say Jeremy Lin better than him?
No, Jeremy wasn't better than him. But Johnny Flynn, and pick on them type of niggas. Johnny
Ricky
Flynn
Rubio got defense though, so I don't know about that.
work his ass out right now. He better
Ricky Rubio had to stick LeBron, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not doing that with you, but yeah, Ricky Rubio.
I'm not saying he shut him down. I'm saying he had to stick LeBron, so he gonna play some defense.
Ricky Rubio
On the same size of guy. I'll take Ricky.
Man, Ricky
Or
Rubio.
somebody like Eric Maynard or something.
You said Ricky Rubio, what, but what?
Ricky Rubio was a solid player though when he was in the
He
league.
was.
He didn't live up to his name of nothing like that, but he was solid. Shit.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's just getting interesting now with the one-on-one with Beasley and Lance. I was talking to my best friend last night. We can finish up on this. I was like, yo, I don't know what Lance was thinking that he was going to beat Beasley in a one-on-one. Like, there's no beating Beasley in a one-on-one.
Nah, never.
I think even prime Michael would have had problems with Beasley in a one-on-one.
It's your favorite player, man.
Oh man, bro. Man, give me Ricky Rubio, man.
Oh wait, I didn't look at Ricky's stats.
I told you I'm taking Patty Mills, gang. Like
Patty Mills was in that draft too.
55. Man, I'm taking Patty Mills. Give me Patty Mills right now.
Rubio best year was 11-9, 4 rebounds. What did he shoot?
40% from the field, 30 from the 3.
Yeah, both these niggas. Give me the playmaking over that inefficient scoring that Brandon Jennings was doing. I'll take that shit. Rubio was doing, and a fake and better defender. Give me that shit. I'm serious, bro.
You said give him Ricky Rubio?
I'm taking Patty Mills.
Bro, I might take Patty Mills, bro. Bro, Brandon Jennings is being disgusting, bro. Like, and they should tell him that. Like, they just letting motherfuckers live off what they did in high school and shit like that, bro. I wish I could live.
But you know they want the shock value, so they let him do what he do.
Nigga, I was that nigga in high school. Nigga.
Shit, I was that nigga around high school too.
But nah, bro, like Brandon Jennings,
Feel
like,
him.
bro, he really do. He need to knock it the fuck out. That shit is disgusting.
I mean, get it in, get it in. Televise that shit. Let us see it, man.
I tell you, man.
Let Ice Cube. Matter of fact, go to Ice Cube. Let him host that motherfucker.
Stop bullshitting, man.
You ain't even gotta put the venue together. Let Ice Cube host that motherfucker. Then y'all can do podcast versus podcast. Gilbert Arena podcast versus Jeff T's podcast, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
With the added of Ty Lawson, Ricky Rubio, Johnny Flynn,
Yep. Feel me? Make it happen.
Patty Mills.
Stop talking about it. Be about it.
That's right. Blake Griffin gonna come out there like, can I play? Like, no, nigga, you ain't a point guard. The fuck out of here.
Only, bro. Get your big ass out of here.
The fuck out of here, bro.
Pizza commercials or something.
James Harden said, hey, I played the point guard position. You'll get your fucking double step back bitch ass out of here. Take your ass back over there to the strip club. You was drafted as a shooting guard. We talking about drafted as a point guard, nigga. Tyreek Evans was like that.
I think it was nice.
Yeah, that's so funny because I was listening to this other guy. He was like, yo, why you think? He said, if you're not a known, like, if you're not a big name, then, you know, once you're done, they're going to forget you. It don't matter how good you were. And he kind of right.
Yeah, it depends on, I guess.
And that's why you think, you know, at some point we got to get back to the roots of from the sideline. The others, the forgotten ones. Not the Roy Hibberts. Not the Roy Hibberts. The Brandon Roys, you know. The Marberries. The Steve Francises. You feel me? The Mike Bibbies.
The Grant Hills of the world.
The Grant Hills. The Delonte West when he was inside LeBron. I mean, you know.
When he was
when he was pumped, I mean, you feel me? But yeah, final thoughts.
Hey man, y'all already know what it is. Make sure y'all tune in to the rest of the shows throughout the rest of the week. Gentlemen's Talk, round of 32, technically round of 40, but round of 32, Disney Songs Part 2. Make sure y'all don't miss it. PBT coming at you with a new flavor on Thursday. And then on Friday, we're talking that ish football season is around the corner, so make sure y'all don't miss it. Catch y'all later.
Wow.
You already know, man. I'll see y'all Monday. Peace.